Transitions. They're a fact of life. Starting from preschool, moving across the country, change is constant for our kiddos. But here's the good news. We can make those shifts smoother, make them less stressful, and sometimes even fun. I'm Kim Feeney with Butterfly Beginnings Counseling, and in this video, we're tackling all kinds of transitions, big and small, with proven strategies to help your kids thrive. Let's start with everyday transitions. Just those little moments that add up throughout the day. It's like your everyday toolkit is the power of routine, a consistent daily schedule. It's like a map for kids. It helps them feel safe and in control. It's the foundation for smoother transitions over time, especially the everyday ones. Imagine your child's day as a series of events or stepping stones. That routine makes it a clear path, easy to step from one activity to the next. Creating a visual schedule. Even older kids benefit from seeing their day laid out visually. Picture cards are especially helpful, even for non-readers, or simple stick figures engaging in activities. Or make a magnetic schedule on the fridge with removable pieces that can be switched around, or a digital schedule on a tablet with fun sound effects. And then set consistent times because kids thrive on predictability. Try to keep things like wake up, mealtime, and bedtimes consistent, even on the weekends. Here's a tip. Use a fun kitchen timer to visually show the passing of time for younger children that may not grasp that concept. And then incorporate small rituals. Rituals add warmth and predictability to transitions. Some examples are like singing a special cleanup song before putting away toys, or having a consistent story in a bedtime routine, lighting a candle at dinner time to signify that family time, device-free. And while consistency is key, leave room for some flexibility. Have a designated free choice time each day where your child gets to choose their activity, or talk it through with them. Explain the routine to your child. Help them grasp and understand why each step is important and how it helps them day to day. Like after breakfast, we brush our teeth in order to keep them healthy and strong. And then we get dressed so we're ready to start the day. And remember that building a routine and habits is going to take time and patience. So don't get discouraged if it doesn't click in their head right away. Keep at it. Be consistent. Celebrate your small victories. Now, the second strategy to make transitions easier for your kids is gentle reminders. A bridge between activities so kids can cross smoothly from activity to activity without feeling caught off guard. Because kids get lost in the moments. If we give them a friendly heads up about coming changes, things will go a little bit smoother. Try phrases like 5 more minutes of play, then it's story time, or when we finish this puzzle, we'll have a snack, letting them know what comes next. Think of it as a friendly, gentle reminder, not a demand or a threat. In order to make these gentle reminders work for you, timing is going to be key. Don't wait until the last second. Make sure there's a buffer. Give your child a few minutes notice before the transition, giving them time to wrap up whatever they're doing and to mentally prepare for what's going to happen next. Make sure you stay in a calm and positive tone. Avoid yelling or using a stern voice. Keep it light. Keep it friendly and encouraging. Like, hey, sweetie, in 5 minutes, it's going to be time to turn off the TV and get ready for dinner. And make sure you're specific. Tell your child exactly what's coming up next, because this is going to help them to visualize the transition, and it's going to reduce that uncertainty, that anxious feeling of what's happening next. Instead of just time to clean up, try, let's put the blocks away and get out our pajamas. Once our pajamas are on, we'll read a bedtime story. And then keep in mind, pair your verbal reminder with that visual cue to help your child understand the concept of time passing by. Use a timer with a fun ringtone, or get an old-fashioned sand timer, or point to the next activity on their visual schedule. Or get creative. Make reminders fun and engaging, like singing a silly song about brushing your teeth, or having a countdown game where you clap together before a transition. Use a puppet or a stuffed animal to deliver the reminder. Gentle reminders. They're not about controlling your child. They're just about empowering them to manage their own transitions with just a little bit of help from you And again, the more you practice, the smoother that transition across the bridge will get. Now let's talk about those cuddly companions, those worn out blankies, those beloved toys, those transition objects. They can be lifesavers during times of change. They're like emotional anchors for kids. Transition objects, they are so much more than just toys. They provide a sense of security and familiarity when everything else seems new or uncertain. They're especially helpful for younger children, and even older kids can benefit from having a special item. It comforts them during challenging times. Transition objects tap into a child's need for comfort and security. They're that tangible connection to home, routine, and the familiar. The smell, the texture, even the weight of a beloved object can just soothe and calm your nervous system. These objects, they often become associated with our positive experiences, like snuggling with the parent or falling asleep in your bed. This positive association helps create a sense of safety and well-being, especially in new and stressful situations. They can be anything from stuffed animals, blankets, dolls, action figures, small toys or trinkets, a piece of clothing with a parent's scent. If your child hasn't latched on to a specific object yet, you can gently introduce one during calming moments like bedtime or cuddling time. Let your child choose which object they feel most connected to. And don't force a transition object on your child. They'll naturally gravitate towards the item that's going to bring them the most comfort. And allow your child to bring their object wherever they go, especially during transitions. If the object gets lost or dirty, try to have a backup on hand, if possible, and don't pressure your child to give up the transition object. They'll let it go naturally when they're ready. They reduce anxiety and stress, they promote independence, and they help with self-soothing. Transition objects provide comfort in new environment. There are so many benefits. And remember, the object is just a tool to help your child to navigate the change. It's not a crutch. It's a source of comfort and strength, allowing them to explore the world with just a little bit more confidence and a lot less anxiety. Now let's unlock the secret weapon of transitions, the choice factor. It's so simple, yet incredibly powerful. Giving kids choices within boundaries is like giving them a steering wheel for their own little ship. Even small choices make a big difference. Choices transform a transition from something that's done to them into something they have a say in. So don't overwhelm your child with all the options. Start with 2 or 3 depending on their age, and make sure they're options. All of them are options that you're comfortable with. So instead of saying, what do you want to wear today? Try something like, do you want to wear the dinosaur shirt or the superhero shirt? And again, just to reinforce, make sure all the options are acceptable to you. This avoids power struggles and disappointment. So instead of, do you want to clean up now or never? Try, would you like to clean up before or after we have a snack? And then once your child has made their decision, honor it, as long as it's safe and reasonable, because this builds trust and encourages them to continue to make choices in the future. And don't worry if your child makes a wrong choice sometime. It's all part of learning and growing, because you can always guide them towards better choices in the future. And of course, consider your child's age and developmental level when offering choices. Toddlers, things like simple choices like which color cup they want or which toy they want to take in the car. Preschoolers, maybe choices about clothing or snacks or which activity to do first. And then older children can get a little more complex, like choices about how to spend their free time or which extracurricular activity they want to be involved in. The goal of the choices is to empower your child, not to give them complete control. Choices within boundaries give them a sense of autonomy while still ensuring that their safety and their well-being is prioritized. So make it a game. Would you rather have carrots or cucumbers for a snack? Use a choice chart. Create a visual chart with different options for activities or chores. And then involve your child in the planning. Ask them, where would you like to go for our family hike this weekend? By giving your child choices, you're making transitions easier. You're fostering independence, confidence, and decision-making skills. Let's explore a new strategy that's all about the heart, the validation of feelings. Because, especially during transitions, emotions are real and they matter. Transitions, they trigger a whirlwind of emotions in kids, from excitement to anxiety, sadness, anger. It's all a part of the process. And as parents and adults, our job isn't to shut down those feelings. It's to help our children understand and manage them. Because emotions are signals from our brains telling us how we're experiencing the world. They're not good or bad, they just are. When we validate a child's feelings, we are acknowledging that their experience is real and it's important. And put yourself in your child's shoes. Remember what it was like to be little and to face new situations. This will help you connect to their emotions on a deeper level and avoid phrases like "don't be sad" or "there's nothing to be afraid of." Instead, use words that show that you understand where they're coming from and that you accept their feelings as they are. Phrases like, "I see you're feeling nervous about starting school, and that's a big change, and I know you can do it." Or, "It's okay to feel sad that we're moving away. I'm going to miss our old house and our friends too." Another example, "You seem frustrated that you can't play outside because it's raining. I understand how you feel." Because sometimes all a child needs is for someone to listen without judgment, just to sit down with them, make eye contact, and let them express their feelings. Let your child know that their feelings are normal and that you're just there to support them. Offer hugs, cuddles, and of course, words of encouragement. And once your child has calmed down, you can then help them brainstorm solutions or strategies for coping with their feelings. If you're looking for more ways to help your child regulate emotions, grab our emotion regulation guide with the link down below in the description. Validating feelings doesn't necessarily mean you agree with them or that you won't set limits. It simply means that you're creating a safe space for your child to express themselves and to feel heard, building trust, resilience, helping them to navigate future challenges. Help your child to identify and label their emotions, especially littles that can't connect the sensations to their feelings. Something like you're feeling sad about leaving your friends, or you're anxious to start school. Comfort, like a hug or a hand to hold, can go a long way in calming emotions. And then get creative. Write stories, draw pictures, act out scenarios to help your child express their feelings in different ways. Validating your child's feelings like this makes transitions easier, strengthens your bond, and teaches them valuable emotional intelligence skills. Now let's level up to those big transitions: new schools, moving, a new sibling, major life events. These require a bit more preparation, and we've got you covered. One of the most powerful tools in a parent's arsenal when facing these major milestone transitions is the prep talk. Open, honest, and age-appropriate communication. That's the key when it comes to preparing your child for big changes. Think of it as building a bridge between the familiar and the unknown. Effective prep talks, they start early. Don't wait until the last minute to discuss the transition. Start talking about it weeks or even months in advance, depending on the child's age and the nature of the transition, because this gives them time to process the information, time to ask questions. Of course, tailor your explanations to your child's age and developmental level. Avoid overwhelming them with too much detail or complex vocabulary. Like for a young child, soon you'll start going to a new school where you'll meet new friends. You'll learn lots of new things. It will be so exciting. For an older child, it could be something like, "We're moving to a new house in a few weeks." And it's a little scary. It's also a chance to make new friends, explore new neighborhoods, and of course, acknowledge the transition might be challenging. Also, emphasize the exciting aspects, the potential benefits. I know you'll miss your old teacher, and your new teacher is really nice. They have lots of fun activities planned for your class. And of course, because they're children, they're going to have questions. It's important to answer them truthfully, even if the answers are difficult. Avoid sugarcoating or dismissing their concerns. Things like pictures, books, videos can all be helpful in explaining the transition, especially for younger kids or children with different learning styles. Show your child pictures of their new school, neighborhood, or the hospital where their new sibling will be born, and let them participate in packing boxes, choosing a new bedroom color, or picking out a special outfit for the first day of school. Giving them a sense of control helps them to feel like an active participant in the transition process. The goal of the prep talk is not to eliminate all anxiety or fear. It is to equip your child with information, reassurance, and a sense of preparedness. By being open, honest, and supportive, you're building trust, you're building resilience that will help them navigate these changes. Practice acting out scenarios related to the transition, helping your child feel more prepared and confident. Or choose books about children going through similar transitions, new schools or new siblings, and then discuss the characters' feelings and how they cope with the change. Mark the days leading up to the transition on a calendar, helping visualize the time passing and building that anticipation. Another strategy that can work wonders in making big transitions less daunting is just having a visit. This hands-on approach allows your child to explore and familiarize themselves with the new environment before that big first day arrives. This idea is really simple. Just take your child to the new location before the official start date. This helps them create that mental picture, easing the anxiety, building excitement to make the most of these visits. Schedule your visit carefully. If it's a school visit, try to go when it's not too crowded or chaotic. If it's a new neighborhood, explore it on a sunny day when the atmosphere is inviting and warm. At school, walk the hallways, find the classroom, locate the cafeteria, the restrooms, the locker. If possible, meet the teacher or the principal. If it's a new home, identify their bedroom, play in the backyard, walk around the neighborhood, tour the maternity ward, see the waiting room, the delivery room if possible, meet some of the staff. And then as you explore these different areas, ask your child questions to spark their curiosity and engagement. What do you think about this classroom? Which bedroom do you think you want to choose for yourself? What are you most excited about seeing at the hospital? Make sure the visit is fun and engaging. Pack a picnic lunch to enjoy on the school grounds. Bring a ball to play in the backyard of the new house, or a special toy for comfort during the hospital tour. And if your child expresses any worries or fears, take them seriously. Listen attentively. Remember to validate their feelings and offer reassurance. And then capture the visit. Take pictures or videos to create a visual reference for your child. Allow them to look back, to remind themselves of the positive experience, and this will help to prepare them for the transition ahead. The visit will demystify the unknown, turning a potentially scary environment into the familiar and friendly. And then after the visit, discuss the highlights with your child. Ask them what they like best, and if they have any questions, have them tell another parent or a sibling about the visit. And if time allows, consider going back for a second or even a third visit, because each time your child will become more comfortable and familiar with the new surroundings. Create a personalized storybook or a slideshow about the upcoming transition, incorporating pictures from your visit, helping to reinforce those positive connections, preparing your child for what to expect next, creating positive memories, and building a bridge between the old and the new. Another strategy to make big transitions more tangible and less abstract for kids are visual aids. Visual aids, they're like windows into new experiences, helping children to understand what to expect, reducing anxiety, and fostering excitement. Choose age-appropriate books about the specific transition. There are many excellent children's books that deal with topics like starting school, moving, welcoming a new sibling, or going to the doctor. Read the book together, discuss the characters, their feelings, and relate to them. Relate them to your child's own experiences. There's also many educational videos and cartoons that can help children to understand complex concepts like moving or the birth of a new sibling. Again, choose ones that are age appropriate and have a positive, reassuring tone. Social stories, personalized stories that describe the specific situation or event, including social cues, expectations, and responses. You get to create your own social story using simple language and pictures, or find pre-made ones online. And if you are moving into a new house, show your child pictures of their new bedroom, the backyard, the neighborhood. Same thing if they're starting a new school. Find photos of the school online, the playground, the teacher, and then, like we said before, create a countdown calendar to mark the big day. Mark each day with an activity, a sticker, or a drawing, helping your child to anticipate the transition, giving them a sense of control. Encourage your child to express their feelings and their ideas about the transition. Through art, they can draw pictures of their new house, their new friends, their new activities, the things they're looking forward to. If you're moving or going on a trip, use a map to show your child the route and point out different landmarks that you may visit along the way. And of course, there's many apps online, Google Earth, interactive stories and games, things to help children understand and to cope with transitions. Kids from young to old can grasp onto visual tools, especially if they're visual learners or if they're feeling really anxious about a major change. And the more relevant the visual aid is to your child and their specific situation and interests, the more effective it will be. And encourage your child to participate in creating the visual aid, giving them a sense of ownership and making it more engaging and meaningful for them. And you don't have to rely on just one type of visual aid. Combine different formats to create a rich and engaging experience. Help your child to see it, to feel it, to dream about it. This can make all the difference in easing the transition. Humans are social creatures, and this is especially true for kids. So during times of change, having a strong support network provides them with a sense of belonging, security, and encouragement. Cultivate that network for your child by fostering friendships, encouraging your child to make friends before, during, and after the transition. Play dates with new classmates or neighbors, joining clubs or extracurricular activities, attending social events or gatherings, and maintaining existing relationships. Make sure they can stay connected with old friends and family members, even if you're moving away. Use technology like video calls, phone calls, social media, email. Keep in touch. Let your child know that it's okay to talk about their feelings. Encourage them to express any worries or concerns that they may have about the upcoming transition. And look for support groups specifically for children going through this transition. New school support groups, grief support groups, whatever the case may be. And if your child is really struggling with the transition, consider seeking help from a professional, a therapist, a counselor, and of course, build your own support network. Connect with other parents who are going through similar experiences. Share your challenges, your tips, your resources. Attend school events, PTA, neighborhood watch. Participate in local activities. This helps you and your child to make new connections and to feel more integrated into whatever the change may be. And keep the lines of communication open with your child's teachers, daycare providers, or babysitters. Let them know about the transition and any concerns that you may have or your child may have. Social support creates that sense of belonging, a feeling that your child is not alone in this journey. Building a network of people who can offer encouragement, guidance, and a listening ear. And if you're new to the area, invite new neighbors over for a casual gathering. Break the ice. Help your child to meet potential friends. Set up play dates with classmates or children in the neighborhood. Help your child form new relationships. Or find a local organization or a cause that you and your child can volunteer at together. This is a great way to meet new people and to give back to the community. And of course, remember, it takes time to build new relationships and to adjust to new social circles. So be patient and supportive as your child navigates these changes. Embrace the power of social support. Help your child through the transition. Give them the tools to thrive in an ever-changing world. And of course, the heart of supporting your child through big transitions is just patience and love. It's not a strategy. It's the foundation for everything we've talked about. Transitions are a marathon, not a sprint. They can be emotionally taxing for both children and parents. And that's why practicing patience and showering your child with love is crucial for navigating these changes. Big transitions can trigger a wide range of emotions in children. Again, excitement, fear, anxiety, sadness, anger, and everything in between. It's normal for their emotions to fluctuate from day to day, even hour to hour. So as a parent, it's essential to be patient and understanding. You're on the emotional roller coaster with them. Getting frustrated or dismissive of your child's feelings? No. Remember, they're learning how to cope with big changes. and that takes time and practice. Instead, show your child unconditional love and support throughout this process. This means listening, paying attention to what your child is saying and what they're not saying, validating their feelings. Let them know that you're there to listen. Remind your child that you love them, you believe in them, and you're there to help them through whatever it may be going on. Offer hugs, cuddles, physical affection. Help your child feel safe and secure. Make sure your child knows that they can come to you with any worries or concerns without fear of judgment or ridicule. And you can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself during this time too. Get enough sleep, eat healthy meals, exercise, find time for activities you enjoy. When you're well rested and emotionally available and balanced, you're better equipped to support your child. Acknowledge and celebrate your child's progress, no matter how small. Building their confidence, reinforcing positive coping mechanisms. Transitions are a journey. There will be ups, downs, setbacks, and breakthroughs. And by practicing patience, showering your child with love, and taking care of yourself, you can navigate these changes with grace and resilience. Keep your home environment calm and predictable as much as possible during transitions. This helps reduce your child's anxiety and creates a sense of stability. And don't compare your child's progress to that of other children. Every child is unique, and they're going to adapt to change at their own pace. So be willing to adjust your expectations and your strategies. What works for one child or one transition may not work for another. And again, don't be afraid to ask for help from friends, family, professionals if you're feeling overwhelmed or you're struggling to cope. You are your child's safe haven. Your support and guidance through transitions will help them adapt and will also teach them valuable life skills, resilience, flexibility, and the ability to embrace change. If you like this video, you may also like my video on limit setting, showing now on the screen. And if this video has given you some new tools for your parenting toolbox, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with a friend. Until next time, wherever you are in your day, hug your child and make it a great one.